Okay, so I'll go first. Recently, I was in Dubai, and in Dubai, you have Burj Khalifa, the tallest building visible, should be visible from anywhere. But even there was so much pollution that you don't get to see that building every time. There are specific times only when that building becomes clearly visible, which means the pollution is less today. And over there's a lot of dust and the sand in the air. That's also the reason. But yeah, overall, I saw that the city was being very cautious about its automobiles and the kind of pollution that they are doing. I saw that the traffic management was very different. There were no manual controls anywhere, not needed at least. So everything was automatic, and people behaved in a better way, even though everything was automatic. So that was something different which I saw. No police, traffic police, standing anywhere in the corner monitoring people.
Thank you so much for sharing. So, if you want to share again your point of view in middle of conversation, please feel free to speak. It's not like one time you get chance. So, our topic for today is like pollution. Like we have seen like last recent news of Delhi NCR highly polluted um, the state in our country, and even like Punjab, Haryana, these are like mostly polluted. So how we can do something at our individual level, or how we can help our country or world to make it less pollution or pollution free. So this is our topic of discussion. And first of all, I want to wish Pragya happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Pragya. Happy birthday, Pragya.
Thank you so much.
Area
Happy birthday,
director
Pragya.
of
Thank
Where are
you.
you celebrating your birthday today?
So I'm just going to for a dinner with my family and with my friends. And so thought to join you friends as well in the Nitaya group.
Great. This is a dedication on the day of your birthday. You didn't feel lazy. You'd want to attend your class, this Toastmaster meeting. It's a great, I can say. One can take inspiration from you also.
Thank you so much. Means a lot.
So, who want to go on the topic?
Okay, about the pollution.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. Delhi, in our country, the capital of India, Delhi, where there's a lot of problem of pollution. Even the opposition is also blaming the government which is ruling. But they, from their side, what they are doing, they want that to promote electric vehicle. They are not charging any registration fee. So that is the thing which they are doing in Delhi. Apart from that, any vehicle which is 10 years old can't be driven in Delhi. In my state, one can drive the vehicle which is 15 years old, but not in Delhi. There is a lot of restriction regarding that. Like there's a 20% of otherwise government charges a fee, registration fee of any vehicle. If suppose somebody buys a petrol or diesel, but they are not charging for electric vehicle because they just want to promote that the people should get rid of pollution. They didn't allow on that day of Diwali. Diwali is the biggest festival of Hindus, not to burn the crackers. Opposition has raised the voice just to disturb, but a common man can understand. It is not too good to burn crackers in Delhi on any festival. Like in my town, if the India or Pakistan match is going on, India wins, people burn crackers, nobody stops them. But in Delhi, it's not like that. Apart from that, they are blaming the government which is there about stubble burning, because in Punjab also the same government is ruling. So they do not want that there should be stubble burning in Punjab. When they burn the stubble in Haryana, Punjab, that also create the pollution in Delhi. So they are working on that thing also. Apart from that, I was talking to somebody. There is a lot of pollution problem in England too regarding the stubble, but plowing. But I asked, why can't we plow it? That lady told me it's just you need a mastic stick to burn any stubble. To plow in, you have to hire staff, which we Indians already our farmers are not making. If the government helps those people, give an extra money for stubble plowing, so the farmers would stop burning the stubble. So these three things are the major cause of that pollution. I didn't go to Delhi for a very long time. Those who are going, they are telling me our eyes burns over there. Once I was in Delhi and I read an article in the morning that the judge has written that we can't walk in Delhi. It shocked to the core. What is life? We are living in a city where we can't go for a walk because of pollution. So like at the time of COVID, they found a vaccine. They should do something, our scientists should work on. So we should get rid of this pollution. It's the biggest nuisance for the people, the city where we have pollution. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Munisa. Like now you shared about Delhi experience. I never been to that place, but my friends during college, my friends, when they travel, they shared their experience. And one of my seniors, she is asthma patient, and that was like she got a like 3 or 4 times attack whenever she was at her home. So when we have someone who close who can share true experience, and so that makes us like sympathize, or that feel us, oh, that's like situation in our country, in the world. Most of the time when we see news in television, newspaper, we sometimes we ignore a lot of the times. So not sometime, like I earlier I was like, okay, in geography book I have to write essay on pollution. Every year in science during my school I have to write the essay what the kind of thing. So that time I was not serious about it, but now the situation is quite worse. And I found a LinkedIn post where a algae is used in a bench, which can, it's like artificial tree. That algae is going to absorb carbon dioxide and will going to release oxygen. So this is like replacing, not replacing, but like a artificial tree to implant. And in that video Delhi name was, yeah, Niket sir.
No, no, go ahead, complete. I will mention after you.
Yeah, it's good. Even I didn't know about this topic, this thing.
So that that video, lot of places mention like where they are planning to implant this kind of tree, this kind of benches where you can sit, and behind you there is a glass kind where algae is there. So yes, Aniket, you can go now.
Yeah, sure. In fact, when you mentioned this, I remember that I had gone to Dubai. In there is something called the Museum of the Future, and over there are a lot of futuristic things and experiments that they have displayed. And one of the things that they had displayed was the same algae that you are talking about, and they are planning to spread this algae all over Dubai and the UAE area to reduce the amount of pollution. So because you mentioned that, and I just remembered that I had seen that over there. So certainly this is one of I think this thing is definitely catching up attention all over the globe. There are a lot of initiatives ongoing, and everyone is trying in their best capacity on how to tackle this problem. In the end, it can be done in multiple manner. Like we say, everything needs people, process, and technology. Technology will keep evolving. It will take some time. People is where it takes the most amount of time to make people aware of the little ways in which we can contribute to reduce the pollution, and then turning that into a process. So I think that is the only way in which this can be reduced.
And thank you so much for sharing. The future people who are at scientific level, they are like and doing engineers are doing innovation how we can reduce. But at individual level, what I decided, like because of my cousin, he stopped using firecrackers, burning firecrackers in time of Diwali. So after getting inspired from him, I stopped using firecrackers. It's been like 4 years now. I've never used firecrackers. Last year in Bangalore, like whole team was using, so I used full jadi. So it was great. So we have top. So few people joined now. I want to share. Like, feel free to share your views. Don't hesitate. Today's topic on pollution. हिंदी इंग्लिश मिक्स करके भी बोल सकते हो, हिंदी में भी बोलोगे तो चलेगा. अगर किसी को ऐसे हेजिटेशन हो रही है फर्स्ट टाइम अगर कोई ज्वाइन कर रहा है, this is like just intention is to learn from each other. So who want to go next? Today's topic is on pollution. Pragya, Ganesh sir, Animesh. Yeah, Pragya.
So if I have to speak about pollution, I would say, yeah, it's a major problem. And we can discuss it globally, nationally, regional, and all those things. But what you have mentioned about personal level. So yes, because major problems comes, it's not about, yes, industry pollution we can't control by our own self. But we need to find solutions by our own self or at our own level. If we can reduce some of the small points, it's say na बूंद बूंद से घड़ा भरता है. So if we can take a small step, it will make a result, make a big difference. So yeah, that's true. Not this firecrackers and all those things. Also, I would suggest to use these government vehicles and all those things rather than personal vehicles. Always going on a two-wheeler, four-wheeler, rather than we can use public transports. And recently, one of the article I have read, I found it very strange to read. But that was true, and I also realized this problem coming up. A couple of parents nowadays started taking their children to their school place and bringing them home and showing that we care for our children more. So recently, an article said that during the peak hours of school timings in a couple of cities, the pollution of that particular location at that very moment goes at a peak because all the students, because it creates a chaos, a jam, and two parents coming for one sibling, one kid coming with their BMWs and all those things, big cars, luxury cars, and even small cars with bikes and all those things coming rather than using the school transportation system. That's creates some big problem for their kids, and it's a huge can create problems of breathing and all those things coming up in coming days. And even I saw a couple of schools when the departure times comes, all the parents goes and take their kids back home rather than using the public transport, rather than using their school buses and everything. And that's also is creating a big nuisance. So what I think was this could be avoided rather than showing up your kids, just taking them from home and bringing them to school is not what parenting is all about. It's more than beyond that. So we need to think about all those things as well. It's not about we can go for school buses and all those things. At my time, we only uses the school buses, and even the article also said, the writer also said that it was not required at all. People used to go by school themselves. Kids go to school by themselves, come back home. I recently read in Japan, students can use their public transport by themselves. Even small school kids go through changing metros and all those things and taking trains and all. But in India, we have different kinds of mentalities coming up. So this can be resolved. That's all from my side on pollution.
Thank you so much for bringing the perspective. That this was like first time I got this idea. Earlier, in solution we learn about carpooling. So that's the one solution for pollution, reducing the pollution. So who wants to go next? Animesh, Hemant, Toastmaster Elios.
Hello,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, okay. Uh, the topic is pollution, and I'm going to speak about and think about pollution, right? Yes, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's right. If you watch the news, uh, Indonesia, especially Jakarta, was ranked number one in the pollution. But yes, I'm not really aware of what is happening of the air quality there. Maybe there is like some of so many vehicles, because if you research on the internet, Jakarta, the capital city of Indonesia, is the busiest city of Indonesia. It is ranked number one of the business, and the traffic is so jammed. If you were thinking that you are you are on the road for 1 hour is too long. In Jakarta, we can stuck on the road 2 to 3 hours. Imagine the struggle of us to commute from point A to point B, and the the traffic. So, I forgot the term in English. The the distance. The distance is so far. Like Jakarta is split into five: central, north, west, south, and east. And even the local government put on the rules for the odd and even number. It is just to regulate the pollution of the car that have been made. And there are already some solutions provided. It is using electric cars or automobiles, and encourage people to use bike to work. So in the Saturday, they, they will go to work using bike, and in Sunday we have car free day. If you're familiar with this term, it is like at certain time around morning 6 or 5 to 9, there will be no car on the road, so people can commute using bike or even motorcycle, and you cannot cross that road. It is only for those who are walking around, just to make sure that we have good quality of the air. And sometimes we only think about pollution is the air, and we can also include for the water. Water pollution is like, yeah, in Surabaya, my place, eastern of Java, we call it like small river, but it is not a real river, because it is connected from from northern Surabaya into the southern part of Surabaya. Even we can have like water transportation using the boat, so you can cross the boat, because we try to maintain our good quality. And it was very dirty of the water quality, and the local government have solved it. And during this rainy season, I don't know, either India has rainy season, Indonesia has 2 seasons only. It is dry and rain. And during rainy season, there will be some flood. So this kind of flood is also a pollution, I would like to say water pollution, because it is very dirty. And yes, my home especially is like have a lot of this kind of accident. Not, I don't want to say accident, but incident, right? That the car or maybe the motorcycle that hit by the flood will be get missing. Imagine you have a car, you have a motorcycle, but it went missing because drove away by the water. And I think that's all that I knew about this topic. I'm not really aware
Yeah, that kind of
and well
reels I
researched
have
about this
watched on
pollution.
YouTube, like flood war, taking of car, vehicle, and even
Yes,
noise is the one of the reason of air pollution to noise pollution leads to air pollution. That was
yes, noise.
so, um, but it
Car
reality,
honking. Ting, 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 ting.
yeah, that's really very hazardous for our health and like nature. So today's our discussion in on pollution. Animesh, Hemant, Marutesh sir join us. Who want to go next? Hi Animesh, you want to go next?
I will.
Hi, hi
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
you can go.
Yes, my opinion on the pollution is like nowadays no one wants to walk at least 50 meters or 100 meters also. Like always they use for small things, they use a motorcycle or car. Even on going gym, they go from bikes and cars and do cycling in the gym. They can go by cycles and use cycles most of the time. And they also should use public transports. And the major thing is everyone thinks that this should be done by government, that should be done by government, but the main thing is that what you are individually doing. And the most important this is that the about the air pollution. And about the water pollution, many people go in the Ganga river and bath using soaps and all. That is not good according to me. And that Visarjan process.
What
Thank
I
you.
yeah,
All
thank you
from my
so
side.
much. You bring a great point. I realized one thing from your speech, that luxury is also leading us to destroy our nature. Like we can pay in gym for cycling, but we are not uh, ready to opt cycle for our transport. So that is like commendable. Thank you for great speech. We have Hemant Marute sir who wants to go next for their speech. Hemant Marute sir, any one of you want to go next? Yes, Marute sir.
Yeah. About the pollution is one of the very bad thing which we are seeing in this globe. Yesterday only I was discussing about the planets in our planet. Uh, more, we can see water. Our planet is covered through water. Uh, Minimum 70% and 30% are land. Due to this pollution, we are facing so much of issues like global warming, and this global warming impact on reducing the land in the planet. And next is ozone layer, destroying ozone layer because we are polluting, and it's impact on our human health. And so for development purpose, we used to definitely we want to utilize the natural resources very important, like coal, petroleum, or constructing the buildings is very important in the development process. But that we want to utilize in a sustainable manner. The resources like renewable, non-renewable resources are there. When we use renewable resources, we want to see is the same it is generating, and non-renewable when we use non-renewable resources,
we want to try to substitute other things like electricity, CNG. These are some of the emotion is required, and also we want to see about the environment is one of the main important, because if we destroy the environment, our future generation people also face that impact. We will stay 50 to 80 years, we will stay in the earth. Then other generation will come. They used to face so much of problem. It's considering all this, we used to use resources, develop, and it should be in sustainable, that future generation also live the happy life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maruti sir. So it is important to save our future generation, save resources for our future generation. And even now the thing is so worse, like time is so worse, the state is so worse that even survival of our generation is like very struggling. The health issue, even a lot of diseases, like people are getting at very early age, they are even heart attack this at very early age. So that's not a good thing. I really feel that we should start focusing. Even like first I want to go and ask Hemant, you want to go next? We have 10 minutes here. Hi.
I'm currently working right now, that's why I'm not unable to share my opinion. From tomorrow afternoon, I will continue to
Yeah, okay, no issues. Thank you so much. So we have 10 last 8 minutes only. So anyone want to go next? I want to share one thing. So this discussion, like I realized after a lot of time we took the topic pollution. We are seeing in news, even YouTube, we see a lot of reels. Even on meme, we find okay, Delhi is. Even we find that government is the main thing who are like, we saw a lot of posts on this pollution thing. But I realized after discussing on such topic today, it brings us the idea how we can help our nature, how we can help at our at of how we can help ourselves, and how we can reduce the pollution at individual level. So I request all of you, it's not just a discussion आए और हमने बातें कर ली. It would be great if we can take one thing or learning from today's discussion and try to implement this in our life consistently. So that will bring a beautiful world soon again. And now the nature is not good as like it used to be. The soil is like, what we say, I am not getting the word. Soil is not so of like nutrients, so we can't just go for
Fertilized.
no, I was like distorted some kind of this kind of word कि अभी उतनी अच्छी नहीं रही, बिगड़ चुकी है. So that was I'm thinking. Okay, it was great discussion. I got a lot of learning and fun to hear all of you, and informative session. I really found this great. Thank you so much for joining. And we have last 6 minutes. Anyone want to say anything, or anyone want to share feedback? Feel free to share in last minute, and then we can close the meeting. So okay, we can end meeting. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, Toastmaster.
Thank you also.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. It was very informative. Thank you, everyone.